Hi guys. So when we ask you to add information into the blog, um here's what we're wanting you to do. So we'll have sections like these and we need them filled in. I've already uh I've already collected the data for freelance writing or editing, and it will look when you finish it, it will look like that. Okay? Um so then the next thing is if I've also added a sheet to the data called simplified data. If you just go into this and push Control F and then type in uh, virtual assistant, do you see there it highlights where virtual assistant is? So literally all the information you need for that is right here. So then you can go in and let's see. Here's a virtual assistant. Just go right there. Control Shift V. You'll want to take out the become a virtual the heading, and then turn these into bullet points. And then unbold them. So if we have this data, it's super fast to put in. Um, it is not as fast to put in if you don't have the data. I'm looking for one I know I have not done fully. Okay, so this one, I'm going to do personal trainer. So in IBIS World, personal trainer. Comes right up. Okay, so first I go to industry at a glance. The annual growth is right here, which is 0.6%. So annual growth is 0.6%. But make sure to put a 0 in front of it to make sure that it's easier to process. Average profit margins are also in industry at a glance. They're right here. Um, Okay, so then the next one, I go to, let's see, what do you need? What else do you need? Earning potential, startup costs, and time to revenue. So earning potential, I just go to major companies. And here it says lifetime. And it's 77.4 million. So then I go in there. 77.4 million lifetime. Startup costs are typically going to be around 1,000 for ones that don't really have a lot of products and services. So it's really probably more like 500 to 5,000 on this one. As long as they don't require products and services or a building, you're fine for something like 500 to 5,000. If you have to buy any types of equipment or anything, it's going to be more though. So, and worst case, look at franchises that have them, because franchise costs are typically pretty accurate as to how much you need. You don't need to pay the franchise fees and stuff like that when you're just starting one on your own. And time to revenue is typically going to be 1 to 6 months. If it's something that obviously requires building, it can be up to 18 months. If it's something that like software development, for instance, or product development, can be much longer as well. For instance, I have a former client who their business is at this point like 5 or 6 years old, and they still don't have the products. Of course, part of that's because of the business owner, but part of that's because of the production and the desire to get it right. When you start off, you don't have the connections to be able, and the funds to be able to get as many people to work with you. So only certain manufacturers will take it, and it makes it much harder to get stuff accomplished. So that's all you really need to collect. And then you need to take it in here. And then it's alphabetized. Oh shit. Someone changed some stuff up. So those two are not going in there right now. So I'll put those down there so that it's easy to put it in there. So then you take this. I've got it alphabetized. Oops. What is missing? Oh, okay. So we've got time to revenue, startup cost, average annual revenue. So this needs to include average annual revenue too. And the way I find this is I go down to key statistics. And then I go down to key ratios. And then you have revenue per employee and employees per establishment. So revenue per employee is 16.7, and there's 1.01 employees. So 16.7 times 1.01 equals 16.87. Average annual revenue. Another thing I will warn you about, for instance, software development. Or no, here's t-shirt printing. Another way you can do it, you just need to specify how you are actually doing this is you can just literally take the average revenue per employee, because what that statistic will do is it will tell you if I have one person working, I should expect to make $17,000. If I have two, I should expect to make 34, etc., etc. I feel like this is a really simplified approach of what I was doing, but I kind of had to do 100 of them for me to be able to tell you, hey, this is the quickest way to do it. So I hope this helps you be able to do it faster, and then you can, if I would always check this to see if you have if the information's in here first, because it is much easier for you to do it this way than it is to do it any other way. But I'm working on getting all the ones I already have in there. And hopefully it will eliminate a lot of it pretty quickly here. Oh, and the other thing is when you do this, you also want to go over here and clean it up some, because it makes it hard to read when words, there we go. So now that's all the same. The other data that I was having you collect, when you collect it, for instance, here's your personal trainers tab. um, when you've collected it, put it underneath the heading for each one, and then go over to tab it is, and hold on, I gotta figure out how to do this. Then just put the link to the tabs so that then we can go like this and we have all this information. What this is what I use in the actual blog for an actual business. This is the kind of data I collect for a lot of businesses, but some of these businesses we haven't covered yet. So I don't actually have it, but I feel like this simplified data sheet is going to be way easier for y'all to use than the previous videos I created. Enjoy.